Okay, more about the movie Young Guns. The cast, Young Guns. Up next is Dermot Mulroney. Okay. There's only one other movie that I saw Dermot Mulroney in, and he was very different in this other movie. So in the movie Young Guns, he's a guy on right there. He plays a character called Dirty Steve, and he's like always chewing tobacco and spitting, and he's a very tough and rough character, and he's dirty. But the only other movie I saw him in was a movie called My Best Friend's Wedding. So he was all cleaned up, and it was a modern movie. So he wasn't like an old west outlaw. So he was very, very different in My Best Friend's Wedding. So it was funny seeing him in that movie. And then there's Casey Siemaszko. He had some small parts in Stand By Me, along with Kiefer Sutherland. I think he was in Kiefer Sutherland's gang. Another gang that Casey was in. And he also had a small role in Back to the Future 1 and 2. He was in the bad guys gang in the Back to the Future movies. Biff, and then yeah, Biff, the Biff character. But Casey was also in he was in Of Mice and Men, and oh, his sister. He had a sister. He has a sister, Nina Simasco, and she was in. Do I have it over here? I don't have it over here. Casey's sister Nina. Nina was in License to Drive. She was good in that movie. Kind of funny. That was a very good movie. But Casey was also in Storm of the Century. Another Stephen King there. Another Stephen King thing there. Okay. So now talking about the that's pretty much done with the cast. There's a couple other cast members that I don't have written down, but I think I talk about them in my notes later, like Terrence Stamp and Jack Palance. They were also very good in the movie. Okay, so other than the cast, okay, that's pretty much it for the cast. Okay, so the Blu-ray menu for Young Guns, it starts. It's a little different. When you put in the Blu-ray, it starts and there's a gun on the screen, and there's a timer going off, and it's saying on the screen, it says that the movie is going to start in 10 seconds. So there's a countdown. So I hate that in movies when you put it in, you're not ready to watch it right away, and it just starts before you're ready. So that's what it'll do. If you don't start it, it'll start on its own. Um, so you select main menu, and then the gun starts shooting. It starts shooting at the bad guys in the movie. They're they're standing in I guess it was the street of Lincoln, New Mexico, and they're shooting back at you. So it's like a POV. Uh, it's like a POV point of view video game, shooter style video game. Um, I didn't like those kind of video games. They were different. They were okay, but I preferred like when I uh, was playing video games back in the 80s and the 90s. I liked the uh, like especially the Nintendo ones. Like I liked where there was a character on the screen and you controlled that character. I didn't like when it was like point of view and the screen is just like moving around and you're like if you're like shooting someone like Doom, Wolfenstein. Like those games are kind of fun, but um, I definitely like sometimes it just kind of messed with my eyes and it was just like kind of disorienting. Uh, so I definitely preferred the other kinds of video games, not the point of view ones. It just seemed kind of weird. Okay, so the movie starts. Oh, okay. So now I'm talking about the movie here. Okay, so there's going to be a bunch of spoilers. So I like this is why the notes. There's why there's so many notes. Uh, so I'm just basically like I specifically wanted to mention the scenes in the movie Young Guns and Young Guns 2. Uh, like I wanted to mention my favorite scenes, but there's so many good scenes in the movie. I found myself going through the whole movie, writing down scenes. Like I didn't mention everything. I didn't mention all the dialogue in the movie, but like there's some really good scenes that I like a lot in the movie, and there's some really good dialogue. So I got some quotes in here. So that's why like it's just it's a lot. Okay, so I'm describing the start of the movie. The movie starts with the main cast. So I'm retelling the movie here. So that's why there's going to be spoilers. I'm just going to say what happens in the movie. So for anyone who, um, if you've seen the movie, then you can enjoy along with me as I retell it and say, hey, oh yeah, I like that scene. And you can reminisce along with me. Otherwise, if you're not familiar with the Young Guns movies, I will let you know what happens in the movie, and you can decide for yourself if you want to see the movie from what I from what I say happens in the movie. So there's some spoilers. Okay, so the movie starts with the main cast walking up a hill, facing the camera. It's like black and white, and the I'm not sure how to describe it other than black and white. And there's definitely something going on with uh, the cinematography during this part of the movie, the opening of the movie. It kind of looks it's like distorted. It looks like a old photograph that's like damaged. It has that kind of quality to it. So it's like that's appropriate since this movie takes place in the Old West. Um, so there's a close up of each um, those guys, the regulators. There's a close up of each so you can see the main cast, and they bring their names up when you see the close up of them. the names of the actors are on the screen. So Emilio, he looks serious at first, and then he smirks. So that's appropriate to his character. During the movie, Emilio, as Billy the Kid, he's having a good time. He's laughing a lot and killing people. But yeah, so he smirks, and then Kiefer Sutherland, he looks serious at first, and then he smiles, real nice, friendly smile. But then, okay, so then Lou Diamond, Charlie, Dermot, and Casey, they all look serious and tough. They don't smile or smirk at all. Okay, and then Kiefer, Lou Diamond, Charlie, and Casey, they pull down bandanas from their faces before they show their tough faces. So they at first they have, I guess, appropriate for like westerns, like a lot of the bandits, robbers, and like bank robbers, they or stagecoach robbers, they have to conceal their identity, perhaps. They have bandanas covering their faces. So those characters, those actors, they have bandanas, and then they reveal their tough faces. I really like the movie, the music playing during this part of the movie, the very beginning. I like the music through the whole movie, but the opening music is very good. It's like a guitar rock sound, so more like a modern. I'm out of order with my notes. So really good, really good music, especially the opening music. Okay, and so then the main cast, after we see their tough faces, uh, they start shooting in the direction of the camera, and then there's close-ups of the side, like a side angle of the guns shooting. So it's a very exciting start to the movie, uh, and it helps with the music. Okay. Hmm. But if I stop right now.